it's Words and Stitches, and I'm Mary. I'm back from a long hiatus. I'm ready to get to work and get things done. If this is your first time here, you know that this is a channel mostly about quilting because that's what I love to do the most. But I also do other fiber arts like needle felting and crochet, knit, mainly knit, that kind of stuff. So that's what you've wandered onto, is a look at some quilting. I have a huge mess behind me that we're going to talk about in a few minutes, but I have some other things I want to show you first. The first thing I want you to know is that I did a lot of sewing over Christmas, but I didn't make a quilt. I almost always make a quilt for somebody at Christmas time, at least one. Last year I made five from November to the end of December. But this year I didn't get it done. I got a lot of stuff done though. I made pillowcases for all of my immediate family. I made bowl cozies for my daughter-in-law and son as kind of a hostess gift for hosting Christmas this year, which was really nice. We got to take our grandsons and our younger son to Kansas City and spend a day and a night with them, and we had so much fun. So I've done all of that and I've finished some things, but I have some huge projects on the go, and I want to show you those and want to talk about those. So I'm going to show you a couple of things really fast that I picked up when I was in Oregon this fall. I love Oregon. I love Oregon. I'm going back to Oregon. I'm going back to Oregon this year if I can figure out how to make it happen. We just went to the coast, but oh my gosh. So a couple of things that I picked up while I was in Oregon. Give me just a second here to get a little more organized. A couple of the things that I picked up while I was in Oregon is I picked up this quilt. Oh, you can't see it for the plastic. And I thought I had the, well, I'll put it somewhere in the card, who designs these. I think her name is McKenna, but I can't think of, McKenna Ryan. PineNeedles.com is where you can find it. I bought this at Center Diamond in on the coast in Oregon, and it's a quilt block. It's on this little piece, and you can embellish it with your own threads and work it into a quilt. I might buy a few more of them just to make something kind of soft and wonderful for I don't know, for my summer quilt, not put much batting in it or whatever. Anyway, I bought that. I can't wait to start that. And I bought this. Now, it's almost done. Can you see that it's almost done? It's a Sashiko. I'm going to call it a cheater because, first of all, it's all marked out for me before. I didn't have to mark it out or make the grid or do anything. And I am basically using it as a way to practice the size of my stitches and to figure out more about Sashiko as I go. I have no clue what I'm going to do with this, but I think this print is gorgeous, and I thought this thread was gorgeous, and I have taken it in the car with me everywhere I've gone. So that part has been really good. I feel like I'm really, really crooked and not looking at you straight. I'm still not. We'll see. Okay. The other thing I picked up was from Spoonflower. Oh wait, let me show you one more thing I got in Oregon because I love it. It's a bag. I've been using it as my tote to take things out to my car, to take my sewing or to take a book, and I take these adult coloring books places with me, so if I get too much I can just kind of work on a mandala or whatever. It's just kind of, I don't know, I take that and usually a book, a Kindle, magazine, a little sewing project, something. I've used it as my day bag, put a small purse in it, and packed it around places. I just love it. So, and I'm telling you, if you haven't seen all the fall mushrooms on the Oregon coast, you need to go see them. The colors are gorgeous. All right, sorry. Gave you a better look at this, didn't I? The last thing I have to show you is I picked up one of these. This came from Spoonflower, by the way. So I picked up one of these woven wreath panels through Spoonflower. And I think I am going to try to do one a month. I am terrible about block of the month. I am terrible about one here and one there and one here. I'm not good at it. So this is kind of a little activity for me to maybe help myself find that place and get a little better at it. That's my goal anyway. So I'm going to do that. I've seen some others on QuiltTube doing this, and they seem to be enjoying, and they were so pretty where they embellished. I have no clue what I'm going to do with it when I get done, but I am going to try and get that prepped so I can work on that this week. So I hope everybody had a wonderful holiday. I hope everybody's having a wonderful new year. I am very excited about the classes that I'm putting together for the near future. I love teaching. I love teaching classes, and I have several ideas, but the first two are going to come up pretty quickly. One at the end of January and one early in March, I hope. I'm a certified So Kind of Wonderful teacher, and so a lot of people in my area do not use So Kind of Wonderful yet. I'm hoping to fix some of that around here, but I don't know if you can see some of these curved blocks. This is my March project. I hope to teach this. It's called Sunny Rays. It's a Sunny Rays block. It can be moved around, has several different layouts that you can do. But I started trying to use up scraps just to do my mock-up and for my trunk show kind of thing. And I watch all these people who do YouTube and who do all this stuff, and they quite often have everything all cleaned up, and it looks like, of course, we don't know what's out there. Like, I'm not showing you what's out there right now, but they just have everything all lined up and organized. I get that way eventually, but this is my design wall. And it's a big design wall. It goes from ceiling to floor, and it covers quite a lot. There's a closet down that way and a little bit of shelving, but it covers quite a lot of space. And I use it. I use the space all the time. So this mess that you see right here is really an organized mess. This is me auditioning fabrics out of my stash to add to these other blocks. So I've pinned them all up there. And I will, there's some great fabric collections up here from all, from major people. I have a great stash. My issue is I don't often have enough of a piece. I've gotten really bad about that. So I'm trying really hard to clean up the stash I have. So as I work on my stash going forward, I can buy, maybe go, you know what, you probably ought to get at least a yard, maybe 3 yards, I'm bad about picking up a quarter yard, and then, a lot of the stuff I've been doing lately asks for a half yard. And anyway, so I'm trying to make this as scrappy as possible. And this is how I go. I put things up here, and then I tack other things up next to them. I walk away from it. I take pictures, put it in black and white. I do all the things that everybody's telling you to do. And then I finally figure out which ones I think will give me the glow that I want, or the depth that I want. So you can see some of these. I have printed backgrounds. I don't know how close you can get, in various colors. And I'm going to be adding a solid, this kind of creamy beige solid, and maybe a couple of other pieces as backgrounds, which is this outer piece right here. Okay. So Kind of Wonderful. They have some wonderful patterns, wonderful curves. You don't have to pin. You don't have to measure. You can just sit down and sew curve after curve after curve and feel like you're going to be okay. curves are kind of something that they often make people go, curves. No, I'm not going to do curves. They really aren't difficult once you get the hang of it and once you've practiced. And so I have several blocks up here. Some of them kind of match, some of them kind of don't. And I'm just trying to figure out my scrappy. So that's what this mess is over here. And I have other pieces laying down here. I might try to add in, like I have this, as you could probably tell, I'm kind of into these colored mushrooms. There's a kind of a black with an orange mushroom right there. And then I've got this piece with mushrooms. Isn't that cute? Isn't that cute? You know, I think it'll work. I just got to figure out if I need more dark or if I need a little dark and a lot more light or mediums. I think these golds do a lot to, I like this little kind of honeycomb. They do a lot to brighten it up. So I'm just trying to figure out what I have the most of and what I can clean out and come up with something gorgeous, which I think this is going to be really pretty. So I'm hoping for gorgeous. Anyway, my first class I'm teaching this year is at the end of the month, and we're doing Posh Love and Posh Lucky, and those are both so kind of wonderful. And I made these 3 blocks this morning, and I'm starting to figure out the sashing, and I have the others, all the units made. But aren't those cute? Aren't those cute? I'm going to kind of pull you in. I'm a little precariously perched right here, but I just think they're adorable. And again, they're scrappy, so I'm using different, different fabrics. Uh-oh, hang on. Well, I may have wished I hadn't done that. Anyway, so that's what I've been up to. I have some pictures I'm going to add at the end, and so you can kind of see what I've been up to. You can kind of see how to sew curves quickly, those kinds of things. And I'm really glad to be back to work. So I've loaded I'm going to turn you this way and see if I can show you. I've loaded some felt. I've been practicing some free motion and some ruler work. I practice my long arming on felt a lot. If I have a pro stitcher kind of stitch that I want to try and see what it's going to look like on something, a lot of times I'll run it out on felt. The other thing it's fabulous for is running off old bobbins. So I'm pretty good about doing an extra bobbin or having an extra bobbin when I get done, because certain threads I don't keep 2 cones of. The ones that I keep 2 cones of, I put, I just go ahead and do. I go ahead and put them on my winder and wind, and then have one on my machine. And so I just kind of do them as I go. But when I don't have 2 cones, I have to make up several bobbins, so I don't have to stop all the time and unthread and rethread and do and carry on. And so a lot of times I have a bobbin, it's 3/4 full, or I might have 2 bobbins that I thought I needed and I really didn't need. So I run those off there. Or if the color works for what I'm working on, I put them on my domestic machine and use them as my thread. Not my bobbin thread, my top thread. And that's how I kind of clear off bobbins and not feel like I'm wasting yards and yards of thread. But I had white on, and I put on white felt, so you can't really tell what I was doing. But it kind of got me excited to go again. And my couple of breaks, I had a 3-week, I've been sick, sound like a goose break. I had some vacation breaks. And then I just took a holiday break because I just felt like I could, and I wanted to. Enjoyed the holidays immensely, but I'm raring to go. So I'm excited to be back, and I hope to be back again next week and get things going again. Anyway, we had a big snowstorm yesterday. We didn't get near what they said we did. And in my yard, I can't ever tell because I live on top of a hill and it's all drifted and crazy. So we don't know, but they're saying we got about 12 inches. But we missed the ice. And like Kansas City had ice before, and you know, a lot of school closings. A lot of schools were going back today, but they closed or they called off their teachers' meetings. And my husband said he didn't have any trouble getting to work in his old 4-wheel drive beater. So I'm figuring the roads are clearing up pretty quickly. And, you know, we're going to be all ready for the one we're getting on Friday. Anyway, I love snow. I know a lot of you are going, oh my gosh, no, but I do. It's time for me to sit and stitch or to read a good book or do a puzzle or poke wool or knit. Just be creative and enjoy things. So I hope you have a great week of sewing ahead of you. I hope you come back. Be sure to make comments. Positive ones would be great, but I really don't, you know, the interaction. And I love to comment, and I try to get to them as soon as possible. I love to read them all and comment back. So you can find me on Facebook, Words and Stitches Show and Tell. You can find me on Instagram, My Words and Stitches. I'm even on Reddit. So, and occasionally I do a TikTok. All the places. But YouTube's where I like to hang out the most. So I hope to be back next week. I hope you leave me some comments, some thumbs up. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you want to have somebody yik yak with you while you're working. And have a great day. Bye.